The last leg. After the Regent of the Eternal Sea was asked to sponsor a race around the Bay of Katazar, Sail Runner announced the Great Race, an impossible contest to travel to the four corners of the known world. The contest has taken ships all over the known world and beyond. Some turned aside from the race in pursuit of riches, some set sail in search of discovery and excitement. Now, with the Great Race finally concluded, 70 captains who chose to remain straight on for glory have claimed the winner's laurel. To them falls the greatest prize, but all who took part in the expedition find that a touch of summer magic has been permanently imbued in their vessels. This season, those Imperial captains who refrained from committing themselves to the dangerous race also find unlooked for good fortune coming their way in the shape of a cold black pearl. It seems the Eternal is eager to acquire these pearls and is prepared to pay a good price for them. They have offered to pay those captains who took part in the race but sailed in search of riches a small fortune to present the pearls at the Regio at the Solstice. A touch of magic. Every fleet that pursued the Great Race to the end has received a permanent boon from the Eternal. Players can email Plot with a name and description of their vessel. Those fleets that took every opportunity available to stay in the Great Race have been left with a touch of summer magic permanently gracing their vessel. Not an enchantment exactly, this boon infuses the ship, leaving it permanently altered by the dangerous expedition they undertook. Captains that took every available opportunity to sail Deosil to Mystery find the boon ensures their ship will be more able to scout and explore in the future. Out of character note, +1 rank to scouting voyages. Those that sailed straight on for glory to the bitter end and were not distracted by other choices find their fleet is better suited to adventures in the future. Out of character note, +1 rank to questing voyages. Those that stayed in the race for as long as they could but chose to turn widdershins by riches in the early stages find their fleet now benefit when they choose to seize their enemy's wealth. Out of character note, +1 rank to raiding voyages. In almost all cases, the magic manifests in subtle but noticeable ways, all of which are unique. A vessel's prow might change shape, taking the form of different aspects of sunlit depths to give the crew warning of weather changes, whilst another find the boards of the hull develop a scalloped pattern and a golden sheen like fish scales. Pearls before swine. Fleet owners who did not receive a blessing from the Eternal this season recovered a single black pearl. Those who turned widdershins by riches are offered 2 crowns each to deliver up to 13 of these pearls to Rhiannos. While many fleets have been sailing in search of riches and glory, the other Imperial fleets have been busy with other matters such as hunting monsters in the Sea of Snow, raiding the Broken Shore, or trade with foreign ports. Despite their very different goals, each has had a single experience in common: the discovery of a strange black pearl. In each case, at some point, while in Imperial waters, the fleet received directions from one of the Eternal's heralds that led them directly to a single black pearl. In most cases, their diversion was short, and in most cases, it was uneventful, but not all. Some fleet owners ended up losing many days to the strange quest, and in one instance, a captain only narrowly averted disaster after one of the Eternal heralds, Second Strike, forgot to mention that the pearl was protected by one of the immature kraken released into the waters off Feroz. The pearls seem to be a form of winter viz, like Heart's Blood. When activated, they count as a single crystal mana when used as part of a winter ritual. The pearls have a dismal aura of foreboding on them, but they seem innocuous, and they're clearly valuable to the right buyer. Why a Summer Eternal would have any interest in such things, or indeed any knowledge of where they might be found, can only be guessed at. It is very clear that coruscating oarfish wants the pearls, yet the Eternal's heralds absolutely refuse to touch them. Perhaps the cold black pearls are simply part of the Eternal's latest adventure for those who have travelled widdershins by riches. Those who sailed in search of plunder this season have returned with markedly less wealth than previous seasons, but they do receive a promise from Sea Dragon. The Eternal is eager to destroy as many of the pearls as possible, so his heralds provide each captain who sought wealth with a magical scroll that will allow them to return a single pouch of up to 13 pearls. To use the scroll, a character would need to bring a pouch or small chest containing one or more pearls to the Imperial Regio and activate it by casting Operate Portal on it. If that happens, then the Heralds of the Eternal will safely dispose of the pearls, providing the character with 2 crowns for each pearl returned, up to a maximum of 13. Heralds warn Imperial citizens not to attempt to deliver more than 13 pearls at once. Strange New Lands. Lorana y Marquez y Errigo is hoping to speak with cartographers and those who sailed Deosil to Mystery. They are looking to purchase and publish the best available map that has been produced. Lorana will be available in the Anvil Tavern at 1:30 p.m. on Sunday. Those who found strange new lands on their journey can now return there if they choose. Lorana y Marquez y Errigo is a member of the Purple Sails, a sodality of merchants, sailors, captains, and fleet owners dedicated to encouraging trade. The sodality has got wind of the fact that ship captains who sailed Deosil to Mystery returned with scraps of parchment showing the various parts of the known world, which hitherto have not been mapped. The possibility that the Empire might be able to piece these fragments together and produce a rough map showing the outlines of Yarm, Asavia, and other lands is of considerable interest to the sodality, but of course they would need to lay their hands on a copy of this map. To that end, the sodality have nominated Lorana, a capable cartographer and experienced captain, to come to Anvil during the summer solstice with instructions to buy the best possible copy of any map that they can find. Their intention is to take this map and to provide it to a printing house in Tacito, who will then make copies of it available in good bookshops across the Empire. Lorana y Marquez y Errigo has let it be known that they will be in the tavern at 1:30 p.m. on Sunday of the solstice. They will have 4 thrones on their person, with the intention to pay the citizen who offers the best looking copy of the map compiled from the fragments. They will, of course, need a physical copy of the map. Whoever has the best looking copy of the map, who is prepared to sell a physical copy, will receive 4 thrones and see their work distributed across the Empire. Lorana would like to know the name or names of whichever cartographers produced the map so that the work can be suitably accredited. There is a final gift from Windweaver. Now that the race is over, there is a chance for any captain that visited strange new lands by sailing Deosil to Mystery last season can now return there, if they choose to do so. Visiting this location will take a season, just as it might if one sailed to a port in the Sumal Republic or the Commonwealth. Fleet owners must always consider their options carefully, but they can be assured that whatever wealth the location provided on their first visit will now be permanently available to them. It is not possible for a captain to teach another character how to reach this location, so these unique ports will only be available to the original fleet owners who discovered them, provided they have a fleet. The Sea of Stars. Those who sailed straight on for glory experienced a final voyage to the Sea of Stars. All characters whose fleets received the Straight On for Glory boon are invited to attend a meeting with the Eternal and the Heralds to talk of future adventures. There is a conjunction on Saturday evening at 10 p.m. for 65 people. The Eternal has asked the Archmage of Summer to send 1 or 2 capable musicians to accompany the captains. Any fleet that received the Straight On for Glory boon has been upgraded. The last leg of the Great Race seems almost anticlimactic at first, especially for those who endured the terrible storm last season or suffered the deadly encounter the season before. The wind and waves are high at first, but nothing skilled sailors can't manage. They soon abate, however, leaving vessels that were seeking glory adrift for days on calm waters. These doldrums seem to stretch out for weeks on end, and fears mount as rations run perilously low and supplies of water grow short. Then, when hope is at its nadir, the sails fill with a strange wind that fills the ship's sails but never reaches the surface of the sea. The ship is strung from jail, speeding over a perfectly smooth sea. As the sun sets, the waters grow clear as glass and fill with 1,000 brilliant points of light, a reflection of the heavens above. As the moon rises, its twin sister appears just below the prow, seemingly close enough to touch. The ship sails for a single day on the Sea of Stars before it vanishes as inexplicably as it appeared, leaving the crew with nothing but memories of this strange voyage and peculiar dreams. Some dream of being a gull flying over distant seas, others of being a porpoise leaping through the waves, still others of being a cuttlefish deep beneath the surface, exploring a wonderful garden of coral and anemones and flitting luminescent fish. They will recall echoes of these dreams as long as they live, waking sometimes with a bittersweet melancholy that fades quickly but leaves traces of itself behind in waking life. More sensitive mariners are permanently changed by the experience. Some quit the sea forever, choosing to move inland, not from fear, but from the certainty that nothing will match this moment of sublime connection to something vast and mysterious and wondrous. Others become consumed with the desire to keep sailing, becoming uncomfortable on land for any extended period of time. They are content only when the waves lap beneath them, with the smell of the ocean in their nostrils. Even more hard-headed sailors will find in years to come moments when they fancy they scent brine, or hear distantly the wheeling gulls or the murmuring of the waves, and yearn to be away from their cares, flying across a sea as flat as a mirror beneath endless stars. Everyone who visited the Sea of Stars is left with a powerful feeling that win or lose, they have achieved something remarkable, that they have seen something that very few other people alive in the world have ever experienced. Returned from the enigmatic sea, and with barely a week or more remaining before the equinox, the vessels turn for home. The race is over, only one final opportunity remains. The heralds extend an invitation for the ship's captain to join them in the shallow woods near Woodwich, on the other side of Casimir, away from Anvil. There is a minor summer reggio there, so that on certain nights one can hear the sound of the sea if one listens carefully. Spume Sailor and some of their heralds will meet the captains there. The borders of the reggio will be open and allow any who attend to cross over to the chamber at its heart. The Eternal is eager to celebrate the triumph and to discuss what new adventures the captains intend to seek next. The invitation is just for those captains who have received the Straight On for Glory boon, but there is a conjunction for 65 people to go there on the Saturday evening at 10 p.m. The heralds ask anyone who needs one to bring a chair to sit on, and everyone brings just enough food and drink to share with each other, in the hope that it will create a convivial atmosphere. They provide a small jewelled brooch to each captain and tell those planning to attend to wear it prominently, as it will be important on the evening. Only captains with a brooch will be permitted entry to the celebrations. Well, not quite only. Tide Dancer begs a boon of the Archmage of Summer, asking them to find one or two musicians who might be prepared to provide some entertainment by performing at the party. The Eternal understands that the Summer Archmage is very busy, but they hope that this request is a small thing that might be easily fulfilled without too much difficulty, given the many favours that the Archmage asks of the regents of the Summer Realm. The Eternal offers a wind-born pearl to each musician in exchange for their performance, as well as a chance to be part of the evening's revelry and contemplations. There is one final boon from Ocean Caller. The trials and tribulations endured by the fleets that did not deviate from the course that took them to victory in the race had provided lasting benefits to the crew. All fleets that received the Straight On for Glory boon have also been upgraded. Fleets that previously had 2 upgrades or less have been upgraded twice. Fleets that had more than 2 existing upgrades have been upgraded once. These benefits reflect the skill and experience the crew have developed from the wonders they have seen on their extraordinary voyage.